everyone! I haven't done an eye tutorial in a while, so I decided to do one. And this one doesn't really have an inspiration. This was more of like an experiment type thing. I was just experimenting with makeup, and then I tried out on this eye, and I thought it looked really good, so I tried out on this eye. And basically what it is I lost my little remote, so I'm gonna have to manually zoom in. But basically this is what I came up with. It's sort of mixing two and two together. I mixed cool with warm. So on the lower lash line, I have like that cool smoky effect. And then on the top, I have like that warm, bronzy sort of look. Let's get started, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. What I'm going to do is apply a base, and I'm going to be using a paint pot from MAC. And this is in the shade Groundwork. And this is just a cream eyeshadow, and this is the closest thing to my skin tone. So I'm going to take it on my ring finger, and I'm going to put it all over my lid up to my brow. You want to focus it more on the lower lash line because, as you can see, we have that smoky, cool smoky effect going on down there. So we want to have enough base on our lower lash line to make those colors stand out. Now, instead of starting with the lid color, I'm going to actually start on my lower lash line. So take any angled brush that you own and take any black eyeshadow, any black eyeshadow. It can be a shimmery black eyeshadow. It can be matte. I'm going to be using shimmery just because that's what I feel like using today. This is by MAC, and this is in the shade Black Tide. Line my lower lash line as closest to where my lashes start growing. That's where I'm going to make a line, and then I'm going to kind of bring it down a little bit more than I usually would. I'm going to go back to my Black Tide, take a little bit more, and then I'm going to darken it up, because right now, as you can see, it kind of looks like a muted black, and I'm going to actually darken it so it looks more like a true black. Then you're going to take a pencil brush, or any like fine tipped brush like this, something with a really pointy tip, and take any silver eyeshadow that you own. So I'm going to be using a color also by MAC, and this is what it looks like. And this is in the shade Silver Ring. Right where that Black Tide color ends, I'm going to sort of smudge it out so we get like that black to transition to like a gunmetal gray to like just the silver color. And at this point, you can go ahead and fill in your waterline. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to use two eyeliners for my waterline because I want like that deep, like true black. I'm first going to use a black eyeliner. This is by Urban Decay, and this is in the shade 0. This is by Bare Essentials. This is the Buxom Lash Liner. It's really comparable to MAC's Fluid line. Then I'm just going to take an angled brush. Let me show you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to try and get the product on the side of the brush, just like that. That's actually too much. So I'm going to clean off all that excess. And slightly pulling down on my eye, I'm just going to, I guess, stamp it on the actual waterline. And we're pretty much done with the lower lash line. So we're going to go ahead and do the upper lash line, or I mean the lid, sorry. And it's really simple, but it still has that warm element so that you have the contrast of the warm colors and the cool colors. For the lid color, you can see I have like a baked, like golden bronzy color. Just going to put this all over your lid. And then you're just going to keep it in the lid area. And then just take it up towards your crease, and then that's your stopping point. Then I'm going to take a blending brush. This is a MAC 217. And back into my palette, I'm going to use Mad Hatter, which is right there. Use any dark brown eyeshadow that you own. It can be matte, it can be shimmery, but all I'm going to do is just make a crease. That's it, just a basic crease. So first I'm going to place the color so it's nice and even. Then turning my brush sideways, I'm going to do little, I guess, circular motions, like just little circles, and then that'll deepen up the color. And if if you want, you don't have to use the color scheme on the lid that I'm using. I just wanted to do like a contrast between like warm colors and cool colors. To use gray to smoke out the lower lash line. You could even use turquoise, like a deep blue, like an ocean blue would be pretty. Anything like that, just be really creative with this. And this isn't supposed to be, you know, a really complicated look. It's just a simple look, kind of vamped up, but it's something that anybody can do. I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. This is a MAC 224, and I'm going to take a matte color, like a matte cream color, and this is by Lancome. And I'm going to use this color. I'm going to use this color right here, and this is called Coquille. And just putting it on the brush. Actually, a whole lot. Let me tap off the excess. And then you're going to place this on your brow, and then bring it downwards. And then you also want to blend out the edges on that brown crease color. And use a really light touch with this, that way you don't disturb the colors. Otherwise, it'll look muddy and then everything's gonna look out of place. So I'm just holding it at the end like this, and then I'm just sweeping it back and forth. And I'm resting my elbow on my table just for support. I'm gonna go back to my angled brush, and I'm gonna go back into my black tide eyeshadow. And basically, I'm just going to line my upper lash line. Nothing fancy, just a simple black line. All that's left to do is put on mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. I'm going to put on my mascara. And then the mascara I'm going to use is the Colossal Volume. And I think this is, yeah. And for my lips, I just wanted to use a basic mauve color. And this is by Maybelline. And this is the Color Sensational lipsticks, and this is in the shade On the Mauve, and this is one of my favorite lipsticks actually of all time. Really basic mauve color, and this is like my favorite alternative to a neutral lip. And this is a Pocket Rocket from Urban Decay, and this is the sample. And what's his name? Oh, his name's Doug. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you do try it out, let me know how it goes. And also remember, you don't have to use the same colors that I use. You can mix it up, change it up, and if you do, let me know. So I will see you guys in the next video, and have a great weekend, everyone.